And it's the first day of training camp. It's like the first day of school for NFL players. They get back with their old friends after not seeing each other for a while and get with some new friends just added to the team this offseason. It's especially like the first day of school to the offense this year since they're learning a new offense. Superstar receiver Devante Adams is the exception there. The biggest thing for this year's team is there's a new hope and a new energy going into this season with Antonio Pierce at the head of it. A lot of that momentum from the second half of last year is still with the Raiders. The stench from Josh McDaniels is gone. So what are the Raiders saying about the first day of their 2024 training camp? Of course, we have the same old. Edge rusher Max Crosby and interior defensive lineman Christian Wilkins are out there going 1,000 miles an hour. They're setting the standard for the defensive line room.
Well, Christian's chasing, greatness. He wants to be a great player. That's what it's all about. So, like I said, in our room, you got no choice. Like if you're the guy that wants to take plays off and be inconsistent some of the time, it's going to be glaringly obvious because everyone's flying around, everyone's flying to the ball. So, my coach at Eastern Michigan, Coach Creighton, he said it way back when I was in college and it stuck with me. He said, if your best players, your hardest workers, you have a good chance to win. So I feel like that bleeds through the whole team. So, there's no other option. Christian's been awesome, great energy. It works his ass off. So that's the type of people I want to be around.
Oh, man. And he's looking forward to that matchup with right tackle Thayer Munford.
Yeah, for sure. I told him I'm coming for him every day. He knows what it is. Jermaine had to, do it every day too, and every guy before that. So he knows what I'm doing. He knows what type of energy and time I'm on. So he's got no choice. He's going to get better regardless, no matter what. If he wins a rep, I told him every single time, I'm going to say, good shit, but I'm coming right back, and I'm going to try to embarrass him the next play. So that's the only way you get better is by really competing. It's not, playing buddy and, things like that. When we're on the field, we're out there to compete and get better. So they know what they're going to get from me. And, Thayer, he already knows what's coming for him every day. And I'm looking forward to that, that matchup and everybody else as well.
Crosby worked with Tyree Wilson this offseason, so he was asked how he's looking now.
That never stops. I'm Tyree. I mean, he's got no choice being in our room. We got guys like myself, Christian, Malcolm, Adam Butler, John Jenkins, dudes that have done it at a high level for a long time. So Tyree's continuing to improve. His attitude is great. He's in better shape. He's been putting in the work. So now it's time to put it on display. We got a lot of work to do, but like I said, it's just going one day at a time, being consistent every single day.
And he confirmed the work and the weight gain running back Zamir White did this offseason. The Raiders might have something there.
Yeah, Zamir, he's a quiet kid, but he works hard. You seen what he did last year when he came in. He didn't blink, came in and make some big plays. We're in Arrowhead, and he's breaking, long touchdowns, and he's just consistent. The dude's massive. Like, he's 225, 230 pounds, big physical back, played in the SEC. He could do it at a high level. So it really just comes down to opportunity, and a guy like him, he's been consistent. He's been here, he's been working hard, and, I expect big things from him. He's a hell of a player.
And he's loving the excitement and the urgency to win under Pierce now.
For me, it's just about the culture. You see people excited for Raider football, and that's really what it's all about. We're about writing our own history. For years and years and years, the last 25 years, it's been, everyone talks about what the Raiders did in the 80s and 90s. And with all due respect, we all respect those guys and everything's cool, but like Howie said it himself, he's like, it's time for y'all to do it yourself. So I take it real personal. Take a lot of pride in it, and the time is now. I'm sick of waiting. The window is, not forever. And I know the way I play, and I'm not going to play 20 years. You know what I mean? So I want to win here. I want to win now, and that's my goal every single day: is push everybody around me, pull the ones that need to be pulled, and push the ones that need to be pushed, and just get the best out of everybody and set the standard on a daily basis.
You gotta love this. Look how bright-eyed and bushy-tailed quarterback Aiden O'Connell is to start training camp.
Yeah, I think you said it. Getting to go out and play, I think, really calms the nerves, kind of puts you at home. And so it's just good to get on the field, realize we're still just playing football. I'm still just trying to do my job the best I can.
Oh, yeah, and the Raiders receivers are going to have to make room for targets for tight ends. O'Connell has loved throwing to the tight end since he was in college, and the Raiders have 3 good ones. 2 potential stars and 1 solid one.
Yeah, all three of those guys are special players, great guys to have, in that room. And so, I think we'll be able to do a lot with, a couple of those guys on the field, one of those guys on the field, all three of them. And so it's been cool to watch their development through the spring, and, it's exciting to communicate with our coaches about how they want to use them.
And of course, they had to mention the competition between him and Gardner Minshew to start at quarterback, but it's no big deal. We're talking about a guy that made his way up from 8th string in college. He's used to competing for everything he ever got.
Yeah, it's true. I have been in a lot of competitions, and so, I've basically been going back to college, in and out, middle of the season, before the season, and so obviously this is a new challenge, but that stuff is not totally new to me. So it's part of it. It's AP's job to make the call, and I'm just trying to play my best.
If Minshew wins the battle, Tucker won't cut into that many of Myers' targets. You can see Minshew loves him some Myers already.
Man, I tell you, the one dude that everybody I've talked to around the league really respects, because they see it on the film, is Jacoby Myers. That dude goes so hard, is so about it, loves this game and practices like it. It's really just cool to be a part, and see guys that are like that. They're going to do whatever it takes, going to put themselves in position to help the team, whether it's blocking, catching the ball, running off. He really does it all, and it's cool to be around those kind of guys.
And first-round pick Brock Bowers is as advertised.
Oh, man, quiet. But, really good, dude. He's you can see it in OTAs, he's a super solid route runner, but once he gets the ball, he doesn't move like a tight end, and there's a lot of fun stuff and creative stuff we'll be able to do with our tight end group and get some great matchups out there.
Oh, we can't leave Michael Mayer out because he is a
stud, man, a true wide tight end. He can put his hand in the dirt and block, but he's really surprised me as a route runner, as a guy that can get open and then attacks the ball in the air. And then dude's going to be mean after the catch, he has some of that George Kittle type stuff after the catch. It's really, really cool to have multiple guys in that room, and even all the way down the line in that tight end room, guys are getting open, doing the right things, man. So it's a fun group to be with.
And now for Devante Adams. He loves his new head coach.
AP is the right coach for any team. When you have a player's coach the way that he is, and he's understanding, he's very realistic, but also upholds and maintains a standard of ball that he believes in and that we all believe in. And it's just real easy to follow a guy that understands the big picture and has the same common mindset as what we have as players. So it's like I said, it's easy to get behind that. So we kind of, like I said last year, up until probably the halfway point of the year, right before he became the guy, that's when we fully bought in, even before he was fully the coach, and now it's his now to run off with. So let's keep it going.
Adams is really at home now. He's back in that offense he was in with Luke Getsy back in Green Bay.
Well, for me, it's a lot different because it kind of feels a little bit more like the Green Bay years, because I'm back in that offense with Luke now. So with Josh, we came in here and we kind of had to, even that first year, obviously new offense and having to learn it, and then you come back in and it had only been a year in it, so you almost got to refresh a little bit more than what you would. So I've retained basically, I say 85% of this offense, from when I played back in 21 in the same offense. So just having that familiarity just helps and relaxes you a little bit. I'm not stressing as much, having to look at my notebook right before we run out on the field. I can kind of just focus on getting my body right, mind right, coming out and get ready to go have a good practice.
That first day of the Raiders 2024 training camp is finally come and gone. It's football season, and not that the Raiders aren't always excited to start the season, but this year is a little different. The Raiders went to the playoffs in 2021, so there was excitement in 2022, but it's still a little different. The team is bought in on what Pierce is selling. Crosby is still Crosby, and that won't change until he's retired. Wilkins is as advertised. Bowers is as advertised, and I can feel the urgency. I can't wait to see the training camp matchups coming up. Either way, let's go. Pierce has this thing moving in the right direction. Thank you for watching. See you next time.